And one, two, three, four of my races had a vast amount of Sulis Meridia in my tournament play so far. And I wouldn't be surprised if I take one more dip in my match against Smelon. It's very interesting for me to be here right now because I just raced Anfunny, I believe yesterday or the day before that. And I will race Smelon tomorrow. So I'm here to cheer on a fellow opponent and scope out the competition for my match against Smelon, which I already know Smelon is pretty impressive. So I would say, especially with this being an any percent, Smelon is much more experienced, a little more crisp and clean in their movement, and funny, a little bit newer. Definitely a good runner that I had the privilege of running against. So this should be a pretty good matchup. Should be really neat. It's any percent. I'm expecting KPDR from both of our runners, but you never know. We could get a PKRD or PRKD, but most likely I think we're going to see just your standard KPDR any percent, which is classic and beautiful and incredible in its own right.
Yeah, so no North Korea percent this time around, which is one of the categories, which is just the boss order differential, which is Dragon, Fantoon, Ridley, Kraid. But that's not going on right, Meow.
No, it's definitely not Super Trooper. I'll tell you what. What is going on right meow is any percent. However, I would not be surprised if Anfunny picks North Korea percent later. They were practicing it earlier today. Got a PB, as a matter of fact, a really solid 105 and change. But here we are, off to pick up our morph ball in any percent. Little fall in the pit there from Anfunny as Smelon picks up the morph ball. I'm assuming that we're fairly synced. We don't have a timer on Smelon's side, but yeah, we're definitely not synced because there's no way Smelon got a sub 3 morph ball. So that's heckin' good, I'll tell you what.
Well, I sell the propane and propane accessories, so I agree with you, dadgummit. Yeah, morph balls normally more like 306-ish, but
306,
either way,
my goodness, that must be for a moonfaller.
Okay, 310.
That's what's more like it.
I get 313 myself, so I was just giving everyone else extra credit because I'm just a pigeon. I gotta hop on my buttons. I don't have thumbs.
Hey, you make do with what you have, I tell you. So we're sitting here. Hopefully, we'll be able to get a sync. I'm not sure if anybody from the organization is in there working on it, but we'll do the play-by-play here for you anyways. We got a nice little ledge grab climb here, credited to both Just Defend and Behemoth. It's technically, just ledge grab climb is what it's more commonly called nowadays. But definitely pioneered by those two runners, and we'll see what Anfunny goes for. Might do the traditional wall jump climb that we see from the... Really, it's actually getting to be about 50-50 right now, it almost feels like, for wall jump versus ledge grabs if you're around enough.
Yeah, and as a member of FIDE, I gotta say, Smelon showing up to this race in jeans, not appropriate. We gotta be wearing slacks or trousers. So Anfunny with his pajamas on, that's way better. This might take about 25 seconds off of Smelon's time. And if no one likes chess, then that joke will go way over your heads, and I totally understand that, and I apologize. But other than that, going pretty darn well so far. Smelon definitely is ahead of our number time here, because I haven't seen anybody get bombs in 442. But he's doing really well. I haven't seen any missteps.
Yeah, we got to be a little bit closer to sync. Smelon coming out with 5 missiles, and any percent, you definitely want to come out with missiles there. It's a little bit more important in PRKD, like Fantoon first, to come out with more than 2 missiles there. Smelon's okay either way. Gonna run down Terminator, ignore the waivers, maybe kill the waivers, we'll have to see. Pick up the Terminator E-Tank, really good strat, running and gunning. Boom, boom, here we go. All right, we got an E-Tank pickup right there, Anfunny working with Bomb Torizo, gets the decapitation animation. Always unfortunate, it's a little bit slower. And Smelling just taking a hit from that waiver because you don't really need to worry about energy so much in the early part of this game. That's generally the surefire sign that our runner is going to do a crate first route when you see them just running through the pirates. In a Fantoon first route, runners like to conserve their energy because of the deboost and Hellway up in Red Tower. So I am expecting to see the same thing from Anfunny, unless they decide they just want to retain a little bit more of their energy. Little different strat there, so really good shot. Oh, jumped right over the E-Tank. Whoa, this is not max GT code, but that was a really good start if it was. If it were.
If it was, weren't. Indeed. And I gotta tell you, if I played Smelling 100 times in a row, I'd definitely beat him once.
I would say for me would depend on the category. So Anfunny, definitely the telltale sign, same as our friend Smelling. You bash through those pirates and go through. And Smelling definitely has a lead. You can tell there's a difference in crisp movement versus less crisp movement. But it's not as large as the gap would show right here.
Yeah, I think Smelling has a timer lead. We didn't have sync at the start, but they are pretty darn close.
Can you hear game audio?
I have game audio on Anfunny's side, I believe.
Oh, good. All right. For some reason, I'm unable to hear it.
I do believe that Smelling
Discord
is in the lead, but not this much in the lead.
Yeah, and welcome to everybody in chat. We've got a great 3-game series, potential 3-game series. It's a best of 3, as all of our round-robin matches have been. Nice little shot through the door to a mock ball there from Anfunny. Going to pick up all the same stuff we saw Smelling get on their way to Kraid. The only thing to really look at here is, does Anfunny take a safety? Do they pick up Spazer? That's generally the safety that you'll see in a Kraid first any percent. So that would be the only deviation that we would see from these runners, is whether or not they choose to pick up Spazer on the way to Kraid. This is a decent pickup time for Anfunny right here. Nice D-boost off of the Scree from Smelling. I love that Scree boost. Smelling going to go head straight to Kraid.
Nice red tower from Smelling without Moonfall. Still got down there nice and clean. I know some runners are very against Moonfall, and I don't know why, because I'm not that smart. But that was a beautiful transition. Now we are in Kraid land.
I mean, I can tell you from my perspective, I don't use Moonwalk just because I was unaware of it when I started learning how to play the game, and then I kind of stopped. Didn't use it. Out of fake spite for a little while, just memeing about it. And then now I've been playing this game so long, I just don't want to. I love watching other players use Moonwalk. I think it's cool. I just don't care to learn the tech myself.
Honestly, I think it helps me most with Ridley, standing on the platform and doing some Michael Jackson stuff to get extra ammo shot into him.
Oh yeah, it's cool, but I want to win with a deficit. So I just don't Moonwalk just to give my opponent an advantage right off the bat. I roll hard, Salty.
And that's how we know Kev is a pro. And that's why I'm up here in the booth only and not in this tournament. Kev is actually playing. So that's our difference.
Nice, thank you. It's nice quick kill from Smelling right there. Hopefully we're going to see the same thing from Anfunny. It's always a really good feeling, not just as a runner, but watching a category like this with 2 runners, and you see one quick kill, you're like, all right, I hope the next runner gets this quick kill as well, because it's just really cool to see them on basically equal footing when it comes to bosses. Bosses can create the larger disparity, I think, between runners. Movement first, because you have to learn that general movement with ledge gaps and gap skips and all kinds of other movement tech that helps you move around the game faster. But the bosses, you're either good at them or you're not good at them. But bosses are hard.
They definitely are.
Having trouble with that. I don't know what Smelling's doing with the B-toms there. having a little dance with him. We got the quick kill from Anfunny.
Nice backup by
GG.
Anfunny, because that wasn't
Right.
that wasn't looking good at first, but then just being patient and knocking him out.
So I like that little farm from Smelling. A little bit of a miss jump there, missed the ledge, so you might as well farm those what the heck, Zilas. Might as well farm those Zilas. Pick up a couple extra missile packs. You're gonna see Smelling pick up the high jump boots, make their way to the rest of Upper Norfair, the east side. Pick up some speed booster. Pick up some wave beam. Some, I don't know why I'm saying some because he's only getting one of each, but
I think
gonna
we
get
should
some
get
stuff.
2 wave beams
Gonna get
this
some
run.
swag. 2 wave beams. I mean,
Let's get 2 this run. Yeah. I don't know where we're gonna find the second one, but let's try.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure you can grab X-ray and then do the space-time beam and somehow make it so that it was never picked up, even though you have it, and then go back and get it again. I'm pretty sure that's possible.
Oh, it looks like we had some of our awesome volunteer help. Kind of smush in the word I'm looking for, so they're closer to synced. Synced, that was the word. It's what you wash your dishes in.
And I hope we get some of that tonight. So it is going to be hard, though. Smelling has a movement advantage, that's for sure. I am nervous to race Smelling tomorrow because I know how good they are. They rock a 1:16 hundo time, which is absolutely bonkers.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's crazy good. I was thinking it was more like 120.
Yeah, and Smelling is very, very good at this game. And you know, Anthony, I really had a tough time trying to win that race. So, very, very good opponent. And just you can look at the difference in strats. You know, Smelling's been around a lot longer, so you know probably started off with some of the same strats that we're going to see from Anfunny that you know might be a little bit slower, but are definitely very reliable. And to be honest, the only thing that is fast for you is what you can do. So if you can do somebody else's strats as fast as they can, great, you can keep up. Otherwise, you're better off doing what you're good at so you don't make any major mistakes and hope that they heck up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the West Meridia Suitless tournament. Whenever they do that.
One day. One day we'll get some crazy rando. So where just everything is Meridia.
And folks, I wanna send out a thank you to Bunny on the SpeedGaming team. This Super Metroid tournament brought to you by SpeedGaming. We are on SpeedGaming 1, the Prime channel. And Bunny, one of the volunteers, helping us out big time, making sure this is as legit as possible. So a big thank you for the background work.
Always a lot of great people willing to help out, which makes it great. So let's see this Bubble Mountain here from Anfunny. Really nice shot. Killed King Cac. Very well done. It's a great strat to get up Bubble Mountain there. I really enjoy that charge beam strat. I don't do it, but I really like watching it. It's super cool.
I don't either. It's just me versus the red King Cac attack, and we're about 50-50. We don't like each other.
Well, see, that's the thing is you gotta make some plans, take her out to dinner.
Yeah, I forgot to pick her up for prom, and therefore I'm in trouble.
Hey, they got your Spood Beaster there, Salty.
Oh, Spood Beaster. Haven't heard that in a while. Thank you, Kev.
I know my references. What can I say? So both runners still in Upper Norfair. For those that do not know the route in this category, runners are going to completely skip Croc, which is Smelling doing that right there. We're going to go all the way to Red Towers. We're going to go back through Red Brinstar and then go to Red Tower. Runners are going to pick up their power bombs and then they're going to head to Wreck Ship and Shine Spark across both Moat and the ocean, West Ocean. And after that, boom, we're in Wreck Ship and we look for crazy or non-crazy Fantoon patterns and hope our runners either get good Dopplers or solid X Factors.
And if this wasn't any percent, it was 100%. Some of our runners do the early power bomb 100%, which is we don't even go down and see Kraid yet. It's a Fantune first kind of deal. We just head up Red Tower, grab those early peeps, and take care of Fantune. I think it helps a little more the map. But anyway, we are on 90%, so it doesn't matter for this current run.
Yeah, the thing is, unless you're at a very top level in either category, you know, you can see runners with KPDR times beating Fantune first runners, and definitely vice versa. Really, it only becomes a big time save when you can do the really big tricks that make Fantune first, fast. Because the time save is based on being able to get strats like fast pillars and a nice lava spark and all these other tricks that you don't even have to worry about and create first. So you don't really get the benefit of the time save of those strats unless you're very good at them. So there's other ways you can do it without those strats, but it's much slower. Here you have Speed Booster for the majority of your run, far longer than you have in Fantune first. But it's I don't know, it's just I feel like the gap between how difficult the categories is much larger than the time difference between the two categories.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, the two routes.
Very truthful. Yeah, Zost was the last runner to get early powerbomb world record with that kind of strat. So if you know the skill of Zost, that's kind of what we're looking at with that kind of run. I mean, we have other great runners in 100% mode like Lynx Unlimited and Static Shock. Beautiful 100% runners, but it's definitely a big challenge.
No Ocean Fly attempt there from Smelon. Smelon just going for the double spark right off the bat. Anfunny getting right up Red Tower, misses the ledge grab shot in the first one, makes it up. Nice Hellway right there with a really good farm. Probably hoping for some energy, but it's nice to have full everything here. This is good energy for both of our runners, actually. Going to Fantune with 243 for Smelon is like ridiculous energy.
Very nice and very astute. Absolutely.
Well, I also didn't mention this. Both of our runners picked up the Kraid tank. Kraid tank is considered a safety tank. Runners will pick it up as either one out of their 3 packs, or they'll pick it up as like their quote-unquote 4th pack. Some runners will take it and then get their 4th pack at Batoon if they don't have enough energy to have a good dragon fight. But that Kraid tank is actually a safety. So Smelon, without that tank, would still be looking in really good shape with health. So that's a nice little race safety right there that I like to see. And I run Kraid tank too because you can be a little bit more aggressive with your running. So sometimes the safety actually makes your run faster because you make less mistakes. Oh, here's an X Factor on screen. Very well executed by Smelon.
Right here, kablam!
And I believe each of those X Factors particles do the damage of a super, so 300. And we have an enrage here. So Smelon losing a little bit of time. Looks like he missed one of the missiles. Because when you do an X Factor, the way he did it, you have to kind of Doppler your missiles before the super, and it looks like Smelon was a missile short. So this is an 18-second time loss, allowing Anfunny a little bit of time to catch up.
And see, folks, I apologize for gymnastics. We're here on National British Day, and he didn't say missile; he said missile, and that's disgusting. So I apologize, and hopefully we'll get that figured out. Kev, come on, bro.
Well,
I'm a dumb bird.
I haven't looked at the calendar since work this morning. Really good.
In rage, 18 seconds are gone. That'll help Anfunny catch up a little bit. But they've both been running really well. I haven't seen any big mistakes anywhere.
No, both runners are being really clean. It's really just the movement difference between the runners right now. Nice fast right there. Oh, missed it. Smelon's resources right now are absolutely disgusting. 378 energy, full missiles, full power bombs, almost full supers. Like, this is crazy. And Smelon's running 25 missiles. A lot of runners will only run 20. So that is probably either an accidental pickup or another safety from Smelon right there. But, Smelon having the advantage of being the higher seed runner, I like this play of being a little bit safer and making sure that you don't have too many troubles in the run. Just take it a little bit easy. Try to get that W in there. Next run will be Anfunny's pick. So Smelon probably just wants to try to knock this out as quickly as they can. Hope for the win. But
Yeah,
a safe win, not a PB run,
Even with all the any percent runs that I've gone through, Smelon's resources are ridiculously nice. So this is good stuff.
That's a decent time, decent kill there for Anfunny, right there. I would say for a runner like this, like a 21-25 Fantoon is, probably likely going to come out around 50, 51, somewhere in that time frame. I think Anthony's PB is somewhere around a 50, but I'm not sure. So I had thought about picking any percent to race Anfunny, but if I have a bad run, I know that I can do sub 50, but if I have a bad run, I know I could be like, maybe if I have a bad Fantoon or Dragon, I could be at like a 51 or something. So I was like, nah, I'll just race North Korea percent because the disparity is a little bit greater there. But I think it would have been fun to run any percent, so I'm glad to see this race. I always meme on any percent. It's a lousy category, but it's more like it's just I don't like to play it. I love watching it. Any percent races are so cool.
I got sub 50 once, and that was earlier this year, and I think that's what kind of turned me into my full break time. Other than that, it's been like 51, 52. But I get you. If I had to race you in North Korea percent, I would just probably concede, wave the flag, and be like, "Hey, congrats, Kev," because I'm not gonna take you out, and that would Dragon first.
After I got my sub 50, I retired any percent for 2 years. I didn't touch the category. I just didn't play it at all. So then I de-rusted it for this tournament, and I got like a 30-second PB, and I haven't played it since. So that was like 2 months ago. So I'm looking at it, watching this right now, and watching runners that are better practiced at this category is really good. Very nice deboost in there from Anfunny to make sure that he takes exactly 2 hits to save a little bit of energy for the Sparks and Meridia and the Batoon fight. So that's really, really good. It can be difficult. If you have high jump boots and speed booster, you get too high before you get too long. So it can be really hard to
That's
only
what she
take
said.
2 hits in bowling. Exactly. And he did too, actually. Which was
we all said it, all of us together.
Everybody has at one point, I think.
But
so.
I was gonna say, yeah, that was a great pre-bowling room by Anfunny. You can't do it better than that with that item setup. Like Kev said, high jump and speed booster.
Yeah, and these runners are both very practiced randomizer players, so they know what to do. Oh, it looks like Anfunny was going on Hundo muscle memory right there for ocean missiles. But no, I think runners, not only is like category bleed, is like, ooh, look at that mock call from Anfunny. That was dirty. Wow.
Oh, sweet.
I lost
my
talk right there. That was lit. No, our guys are running really, really good here. But they're both very solid randomizer players as well. So randomizer players, I think, are really good at backing up strats. Because a lot of times you have loadouts that you wouldn't see in normal vanilla runs. So if you're a good vanilla player and you're a good rando player, I think that's a really lethal combination for movement, because no matter what happens to you, you have kind of like an instinctive knowledge of like, okay, I can do this because I have this loadout kind of situation.
Yeah, I'm mostly a rando runner, so sometimes I get a little mixed up in my brain hemispheres going
I'm still on a 2-year break from rando. So I will rejoin the ranks of the rando runners when I retire from speedrunning.
All right, well, let me know when you want to come back, because then I might have half a chance against you.
Oh, Anfunny getting grabbed by a yapping maw, and Smelon might not have liked the jumps that he had right there, so decided for a halfie instead of a full halfie attempt. Or maybe just wanted to do the halfie. It's a little bit safer. Did pick up that tank, Batuni tank, saving that super missile right there. I like that. You're gonna blow these turrets. Sometimes a runner will, after the first Dragon Spark, will like to save a super missile. Use like 3 missiles in a super, or 4 missiles in a super, or something, just so that the second spark will kill Dragon. I don't know the exact ammo count is, so I usually just die of chain damage.
I feel you there.
Nice opener from Smelon right there. I really like that. And look at that.
Ooh.
Very well. Looks like he got the damage values there. Is that? Oh, was that the bad frame? I can't tell. Smelon sparked really quick after getting the spike suit, so I can't tell.
I couldn't tell either, but Smelon did have a great Dragon fight, regardless
really good.
of grabbing that spike suit or not.
I swear the difference between like a 49 and a 46 is how good your Dragon and Fantoon are.
That's fair. Fantoon does eat up a lot of clock if you're not completely ready for it. So
I know, if Meridia wasn't hard enough in itself, you have this scripted, choreographed Dragon fight that for some reason never seems to go well. And look at this, Anfunny completely skipping the Batuni tank. That tells me one of two things. That tells me that, ooh, tried to spark too soon. That tells me Anfunny is either going to grab the Ridley tank instead, which is a very viable option, or Anfunny is just going to boldly 3-tank it.
I think we're gonna go bold because we have the bracket stuff coming up January 5th or 6th. I think Anfunny's saying, you know what, practice a lot, done a lot of runs. I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens. That's just my guess, though.
I mean, it might as well go all out. Ooh, taking a little hit there, but it really doesn't matter. Smelon is really sitting with just absolute insane resources. These are the kind of resources you wish you had in a PB run, but with the speed that you need in order to go through a PB run. Like, you are not going to get drops like this when you're just going all out. So Smelon is definitely picking up some drops that they would probably leave out in a PB attempt. Anfunny looking like they just weren't going to set up an X Factor, so I guess we're just going for a spark kill. And what happens to a lot of us runners in this room is, like, no matter how well we can short charge, it just all of a sudden becomes impossible because we have to do it now.
Oh man, that's so true. I practice my short charge before the any percent runs, and then I come fight Dragon. It's like, dude, really?
Give me like 2 rooms worth of space, and I'll do a short charge in like 13 tiles. You put me in Dragon's room, and I'm like, how does this work again?
I know. It's like, where's my?
Oh, look at that shot from Smelon right there. I love that angle super into the door. Sorry, I got excited.
No, I'm happy
Nice
when you get
cleanup from
excited. You can tell people things that actually happen. I just say things. I was going to talk about stealing like oats or Zo stability with an unfounded scientific helmet that can make me copy what they can do.
I like when you do commentary with Imperfect Perfectionist. I think he's one of your most solid comms partners.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. IP, it's been a little while since we teamed up, but he's a good guy, and he's pretty smart, so I think we balance out.
Well, you and I have never teamed up before, so I'm happy about being here with you. You were supposed to commentate one of my races with IP, but you had something happen at home or something. I think it was during the Hundo tournament, so nice to finally be with you in a race.
Absolutely. I'm glad I got to do this with you. I know you're from Zebus, and this is, this isn't real. This is fiction. Obviously, your planet doesn't blow up, because, I mean, you're the gold medalist from Meridia.
I spent almost as much time in Zebus as I have at home. Ooh, nice deboost. I like those deboosts. I like to see how runners... Well, I don't like that deboost, but I like to see how runners kind of get through rooms differently. If you want to get really good at this game, I would recommend not just watching the elite runners. Like, yeah, watch Zost, watch Zenny, Behemoth, Oats, watch the Legends, watch the Gods, watch Mr. Guy Average, MM2, watch these people. But pay attention also to the runners you see in this tournament, or, some of the mid-tier runners. Even runners that are not even sub-hour, the creativity that this game allows with the infinite ways you can move through it with your item loadout it's really great. And so I tell you what, I pick up a lot of really great ideas from runners that I didn't even know their name. I was just in their stream, it was like their first time playthrough, and they're like, hey, check this out, look what I discovered. And I'm like, wow, that's neat, I'm going to incorporate that.
Absolutely.
I like this plasma strat that Anfunny's setting up for. I don't know how to do it, but it's a quicker one where you get on top of the Chozo, kill this guy, that guy. I think you're supposed to deboost off of those. I think you're supposed to deboost there, but pretty decent cleanup there from Anfunny. That plasma room is really tricky to do fast.
And then when you're taking a break from Metroid, watch some Mango in the big house tournaments for Smash Brothers Melee. For no other reason than, Melee's cool.
So Matt Ewok hooking us up with a little bit of an adjustment to the sync. So it should be a little closer to real time right now. So thanks, Matt Ewok and the admins for the helpers for doing what they do to put on this wonderful show for all of us. We have Laura Norfair with Smelon right now, and Smelon is on quite a tear right now. I mean, I kind of wish we had the timer, but we can guess that it's pretty close to what Anfunny has right there. Yeah, that was a clean lava boost. We call that a chronic boost from Smelon, right into fast pillars down here. So you're getting two really big skills right off the bat. And let's see how his worst room in the game is. This is more or less the optimal KPDR worst room in the game.
And beautifully done right there. Yes. Smelon probably 15 seconds off, but still playing extremely well and definitely in the lead at the moment. So yeah, I got nothing negative to say there. We'll say something positive. He's like the best cantaloupe you've ever had. And cantaloupe is delicious.
Got the backup shot right there and ended up killing the key hunters. So killing the key hunters on the stairs right there is to reduce lag for Smelon. It can really save up to like 3 to 6 seconds if you kill two of them. So lag is somewhere, once you get Plasma Beam, and especially Ice and Plasma, there are a lot of instances where it slows down the game substantially. So you can see right there, when you get a power bomb there, it can increase the lag. So, just in addition to your basic movement, our runners are considering things like the amount of lag that something causes in a room is considered for time. The door transitions are considered for time. Whether the door has to center on the room or not is considered for time. Anfunny doing the southern route right here. There are northern and southern route enjoyers getting stopped with the ice beam right there. But yeah, you say some stuff, Salty. This is I love this run. So far, it's looking good.
Southern route, shout outs to Kip and Derp and Zost. And here we go for Ridley. That smug half piranha, half space dragon. We're going to go with the plasma beam charge combo thing. That's 20 shots to get Ridley sitting down for good. Looks like Smelon's on 7 or 8 at the moment.
Smelon taking the fight pretty aggressive, doing some jumps over Ridley instead of trying to get Ridley into pogos. Smelon's trying to keep Ridley in the air so you can get in more shots quicker. So with the pogo, with the turnaround animations and all that, you have to wait for patterns. If you keep Ridley in the air, you can just get shots in a little bit faster.
One nasty tail, but got it.
Tail.
But got it.
I got to tell you, I don't even notice the tail in any other category except RBO, but I played that enough and been taken out by the tail enough to say that if I could meet Ridley in person, I would like to tear that SOB off.
I think you speak for most of us that play this game. Yeah, that son of a gun. No one's a fan.
That stormtrooper of breadth.
What kind of bread? Oh, you
Oh, I
said
don't know. I
breadth.
was just trying to think
I'm
of
sorry,
something else
my
for
bad.
SOV that was family friendly. And then I
Oh,
thought of
I gotcha.
Stormtroopers of Death, which is a death metal band or thrash metal band. And then I thought of SOD, SOV, and then I don't know. Here we are. Let's watch Super Metroid because that's way more creative than I am.
So it's a son of a ditch?
Let's go with that.
Okay.
We're wrapping up here with Smellin's Lower Norfair run, taking a cute little deboost off of that Key Hunter right there, but it doesn't matter because Smellin picked up the Ridley tank too, and you know, I mean, Smellin is armed to the teeth with ammo and has enough energy, almost enough energy for 2 any percent categories to be run simultaneously. So I think Smellin is sitting pretty. Should be able to get through this one safe. You don't really want to call it until you get on the ship. Anfunny doing the right thing there by not using power bombs and remembering to do a bomb spread instead. So that'll be helpful, making sure that Anfunny has enough power bombs to get to the Metal Pirates room.
Yeah, shout out to
Without
Zoa
having
for the Spread Joe Cheeks meme, who he got from someone else that I can't remember.
It could be anything. If I love anything about the Super Metroid category, it's the absolute creativity. Nice Kago there from Anfunny, doing a deboost off the spikes first because the spikes do way less damage. And nice marksmanship from Smellin right there, farming some drops, killing some waivers. Here's the pirate strat that I should learn because everybody tells me it's easy and I do the slow strat.
It is way faster. I do the slow strat as well. I just haven't been able to nail that one yet for some weird reason.
This game doesn't care how good you are. It decides what your run is going to look like when you plug it in.
Pretty much, yeah. Kind of a 2 or 3 minute disparity no matter how good you are. It's like, no, I'm not going to be friendly today.
The game says, I have decided your PB will be a 48.90 or 48.60 today. Or what am I talking about? 48.59.
4860, also known as 47, but I like the 4798.
Yeah, I hope this goes to. I hope that's what was I doing like series times. I hope this goes to a game 3 because you could tell that I have all the energy to get that done today.
I hope it goes as 2 games because I'm having shrimp scampi for dinner.
He's dead.
It's one of my favorites. But
well,
there goes Ridley.
You might get GT Classic next, and you'll get your wish. So we won't get Max GT. I believe Smellin banned Max GT.
Okay, so yeah, that'll slow it down a little bit, or speed it up.
I gotta pay attention to what Smellin's banning. I gotta think about what I gotta ban against Smellin in my race tomorrow.
Yeah, whatever Smellin bans, you might think, yeah, we'll do that one. That'd be okay.
The thing is a lot of runners tend to know like who they're running against. So, like you're seeing the decisions. Like Smellin would never pick up this many tanks in an 80% PB run, but there's really no reason when you're sitting, no games won yet. There's no reason to play anything that you don't expect to win. If you're the favored opponent, like it would make sense to go, okay, I'm gonna do the category that I have the strongest advantage in. I'm gonna do the safest and shortest category I can do to minimize the amount of bad things that can go wrong, and I'm just gonna get my win. So definitely respects for Smellin, playing it safe and practicing and, kind of getting a little warm up running right here. Now, what does Smellin have to, worry about in Turian? Well, 25 and 10, so we don't really need to worry about Metroid drops. We can be conservative and be okay. Smellin doesn't have to worry about time, doesn't have to worry about rushing. Baby skip is going to be insignificant as far as like it's not going to make or break the race. So it really just comes down to the Mother Brain fight, and will Mother Brain do enough damage that Smellin can't get out alive? So the odds are pretty low because that would be a lot of catch-ups, a lot of onion rings, But
yeah, Smellin really set himself up very well here.
Smart. It's good. It's good tournament play. Like that's what you should do in a tournament, especially early in the stages. Get nice and warmed up for playoffs. Kind of feel that pressure without needing to have the pressure of the run along with the pressure of the race.
Absolutely. And if anyone's looking forward to playoff stuff, that does start next week, January 5th or 6th. I read the report, and I can't remember which date it was, but it was the 5th or 6th. And if Smelon was playing salty, then it wouldn't matter what category we did. He would have a good minute on me, no problem. But he's playing other people that are actually decent at the game, so it's tough. It really is.
Smelon is in a crappy drop situation now. Here's where things could get kind of saucy. Like you can sit here. I've had to refarm this room, like literally 6 or 7 times to get the drops I wanted. The Metroids just wanted to be picky. You can lose a minute here. I think it's more likely Smelon's going to lose about 30 seconds because he's just going for it. But
yeah, Smelon's looking for those supers. Oh, got some at the very end. Only one below, which is still fine.
Yep. Now this is enough. This is enough for sure, but I am curious if Smelon's going to play it extra careful and shoot out the door and then farm missiles. It'll probably just depend on Baby Skip. I would say if Smelon gets Baby Skip, he just goes because 25 and 9 is enough. If Smelon doesn't get Baby Skip, you might as well open the door first and refill. Just be safe. Pistachio setup is good.
Yeah, that's a good call. I would think maybe open the door early anyway, but that's why I'm not a top runner. But yeah, Smelon got it right there and got the super, so I think we're just good to go here.
Whether you're playing rando or playing vanilla, it's to your advantage to know the math. Know your damage values, know how much you need to get through each part of the game, and also you have to trust in your abilities too. Like Smelon just went because he's like, all right, 25 and 9, that's easy. I'm used to running 20 and 10, so 25 and 9 is really safe. It gives you couple missiles of leeway. It looks like 6 or 7 missiles of leeway.
Yeah, there we go. So now Smelon is just going to look for a 20 charge shot fight like he had with Ridley. So this should be a clear cut wham bam thank you mother brain type of run.
Yep. Now it's going to be 20 shots. After the 16th shot, Mother Brain will enact her fire beam, her ketchup beam. Smelon at 539 needs to finish the fight with 301 energy or more to survive Mother Brain's rainbow beam. So can get triple hit by ketchup and still be fine. And there it is right there.
And Smelon nailed it. So here we are at 389. This rainbow is going to do 300. And if you're under 100 after the first rainbow beam, you won't get a second one. And Smelon will be ready for phase 3.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is to know your damage values, and with Various Suit, with Gravity Suit, with both suit, whatever it is, because this is a multi-category tournament. So whatever category gets picked, you are going to have a different loadout, oftentimes in the vast majority of the game, but definitely your end game loadout is going to change significantly depending on which category you're doing. Now, most of our categories will end with a 20-shot plasma beam fight. So I think that part is not going to be tough for runners, but like when I run RBO, I don't get Varia Suit. When you run North Korea %, you're either picking up extra E-tanks and skipping Varia, or you're getting Varia. So having to know the difference of what you need, and like in Hundo, GT Max, I don't know, I take Varia Suit off at certain points in the run. Any %, you don't disable the Varia Suit. So it's the math gets complicated unless you're well practiced. If you're well practiced, you don't even need to take the math into consideration. You just instinctively do.
Yeah, and as we know in randomizer, Various Suit, the biggest thing Various Suit does for regular and rando is double the damage resistance of the rainbow beam. So if you just have gravity and no Varia, that Rainbow Beam does 600. If you do have Varia, then it's only 300. So
Yeah, it is
depends where you
worth
want to make those
mentioning that
pickups.
the Varia suit is the only thing that matters, because whether you have the power suit or the gravity suit, the Rainbow Beam does the same amount of damage. Now, Mother Brain's body and her shots, on the other hand, those damage values change depending on what suit you have equipped.
Indeed, yeah. So it's just that last shot that will change for you. And it looks like Anfunny is damaging down. Not gonna worry about the baby skip. Just gonna go for a damage down real quick.
Yeah, Anfunny said they've haven't really worked too much on the baby skip just yet. But this is a really good run for Anfunny. I don't know if they'll finish it or forfeit. We'll have to wait and see, because we will have match 2 incoming right after this race. But Smelon looking like they're going to get a low 47, which is a very good KPDR time. So especially with the safeties that Smelon took. I mean, you take away those safeties and probably looking at like a mid 46. So seriously, very, very good one. And
definitely, maybe even a late 45 with what Smelon has done with just the regular movement. Smelon's been very good this run.
as soon as you say that, we get a bad morph off the wall.
Oh yeah, I jinxed the parlor.
But we can't get through a race without at least one comms curse. Come on, that says you have to. Oh, let's go.
It's how we do it. Oh,
I'll tell you what, I
going
saw.
to save the
I saw my pals.
Crackers.
Yeah, I saw Sisream and Kaizenton in chat yesterday when I was running. So I myself saved the animals in the same fashion as Smell, and I did the spark out. So GG, I applaud that. I always like to see an animal save. So not going to get the mid 47 like we thought. So Smellin just trolling us there with the animal save.
Oh, Smelling, you jerk. We have to kill Ravenbeak.
And
there we
boom.
go. GG, Smelling.
Yeah, with an official race time of 47:49. Really solid race, really crisp movement, really well done by Smellin. Anfunny is going to finish this out right here. This is a pretty decent pace, I think, for Anfunny. Maybe a 51 or a mid 50. It's a pretty good pace.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, and anything below 52, in my opinion, is a lot of work put into this game. You don't just do that overnight.
Even sub-hour. Even anybody that's sub-hour is really impressive. Because you can't get sub-hour unless you do speedrunning strats.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I would say if you're sub-hour, you can speedrun. If you're sub-50, you're really good at speedrunning. If you're sub-46, in my opinion, you're basically a god.
And if you're JC and you got a 41 just because you like playing video games, then you're just crazy good. I watched that guy play a lot of different games, and he's just at the top of most leaderboards. It's ridiculous. But I mean that in a positive way. But yes, Game 2 will be coming up shortly in the next 10 minutes or so. We're going to see what kind of run we got.
Is chat saying Anfunny is on PB pace with you?
Possibly.
Ryan Ford, you are indeed an animal. You're a god at this game. Settle down over there.
Alright, well, I have to use the restroom between runs, but I will be back shortly, and Kev has got y'all. So see you in a couple minutes.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Phoenix is in the chat. What's the next stage after being a god? Run a real category like me, the super god. Run RBO. That's the next stage. I'm having a good time tonight. Let's cheer on Anfunny. True, Kai. There are so very few of us. I should have led with that. But to be fair, the lower Norfair is easier. Let's go Anfunny. Anybody in chat able to look up Anfunny's PB? Because we might see a PB here. I don't know. Splits are green. 5240? Oh, this is totally a PB. This is an insane PB. And Anfunny also got a North Korea percent PB earlier today. I know because I was there. I was checking out the stream. Speaking of which, checking out the stream, follow these runners. They put in a lot into this game. And, you know, cheer on Smelon, GG Smelon, taking the W, getting the win. And Anfunny getting the race PB. Yeah, very good race for both of the runners. Very well executed for their skill levels. 51:55, is that our official time? We have an official time of 51:56 for Anfunny. So doing the correct thing on a PB and hitting your splits first before the race got done. So, but great race, everybody. We'll have to wait here for the bot to come up. So I'm in the next race room right now, and we'll see what the options are going to be. This is going to be Anfunny's pick, and Anfunny has picked North Korea percent. And this category is right where Anfunny got a PB earlier today. So the vetoes, we had RBL was vetoed by Smelon, and max percent GT code, no, I'm sorry, reverse boss order was vetoed by Anfunny, and max GT code was banned by Smelon. We had an any percent pick for game 1. Game 2 is going to be North Korea percent. For those who don't know what that is, North Korea percent is any percent with a twist. It is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, otherwise Dragon, Fantoon, Ridley, Raid. And as Exact Science says, the low ice dream is still alive if we go to a game 3. Now, to be honest, I do not know what Smelon's experience is with the Democratic People's Republic of Crane. We will have to see. I can tell you that I believe Anfunny got a 105 in the category earlier today, which is a very, very solid time for this category. So it does look like our runners are getting started pretty much right away. So they said they'll be ready in a few minutes. Now, I'm going to step away for a minute myself, and if I don't get back when they do, I apologize. Salty will be back soon. BRB.